This is the new Fabarm XLR5 Waterfowler. There have been a lot of questions about it. One question is about the sling studs. Well, even though it's not visible on the website or in the pictures, yeah, it doesn't have cheap molded in sling swivel studs. It's a metal insert right here in the base of the buttstock. The sling studs come supplied in a little black box. Screw one in here, screw one in the fore end, you're done. So you can attach your sling. It's essentially the same setup with the L4S walnut upland guns, because they've got the same thing. They've machined a hole in the buttstock, and you can just screw the sling stud right in. It's a 3-inch chambered gun. The long rib is, well, the height from the barrel is just, it's around 7/16, so certainly less than half an inch, but it gives you a huge sighting plane. I'll show that to you as best I can, but there's no mistaking your reference point as far as your peripheral vision as far as the rib. So let's break a few clays. We'll see how it does. This gun will cycle 1180 foot per second, 1 ounce loads on up. Although this individual gun's already been tested with Fiocchi 7/8 of an ounce trainer loads. I don't have a use for that type of shell, but as long as you have a good stock weld, no problem. But if you want to know what it's supposed to work with, it's 1 ounce, 1180 foot per second and up. Obviously this is a waterfowl gun, so it's going to be used with 3-inch, 1 1/4 ounce loads, probably more than anything else. Let's break a few clays and we'll see how it does. Not much recoil to speak of. It ejects the hulls quite positively. You've got an oversized trigger guard, obviously the oversized bolt, so if you've got gloved hands, wet hands, very easy to work the bolt. These are Federal handicap loads, about 1235 feet per second, a little hotter than what I was just shooting. So we'll see how it does with that, but the recoil is minimal. You could shoot this gun all day, certainly with 1 1/8 ounce peppy target loads, you're not going to have a problem. It is a soft shooting gun. It does come with a Generous Recoil Pad, more generous than some of their field models. A little bit less than 1 inch. You can get thicker pads that screw right on if you like. Of course, you've got the rubberized cheek weld. It shoulders nicely. As an upland gun, this is a 28-inch barrel. It's a little on the muzzle heavy side. I think most people will be happy with it in the duck blind or the goose pit, but the balance on it is distinctly muzzle forward. Some people prefer it. Of course, you can always add a little weight to the buttstock. A lot of people do that, but for me and my purposes, I'd like this gun better if it was a 26-inch barrel, because you do get a long sighting plane. Most any autoloader, in terms of sighting plane, because of the receiver length, you're going to get at least 4 inches, probably more, certainly more with this gun, since the elevated rib sits right on top of the receiver and is contiguous with the rib on the barrel itself. So the rib starts here and it's at full height right here. So with with a minimum of 4 inches. Browning claims 8 inches. They can claim what they want, but a minimum of 4 inches of getting the barrel out front from you. It's a fair assessment to say that a 26-inch semi-automatic is equivalent to a 30 or 31-inch auto loader. Of course, as far in terms of effective barrel length, if you add a 1-inch extended choke to a 28-inch barrel, you've got a 29-inch barrel. So it gets a little bit silly. I'm more interested myself in just balance, swing, and how it fits. You'll notice that the trigger guard is oversized. I've already mentioned the extended bolt release. Same bolt release you find on the XLR5 Velocity long rim target gun. Of course, this is a 3-inch chamber. Not much to it, as you can see, it melts those clays. Those are just conventional clay pigeons there. So, no problem with it at all. It's what a lot of people have asked for. A lot of duck hunters have wanted something that they can carry out in the rain, the blind, and not worry about bluing, not worry about wood. So it's pretty much weatherproof. There really isn't much going on externally that can be exposed. And Fabarm took the extra step of applying a PVD coating to the bolt for a little added corrosion resistance. The internals are heavily chrome plated anyway, so just a quick inspection, I didn't see much going on. So, like everything else, if it fits you, you're going to like it. People have asked about the durability of the finish because it's got a nice rubbery grip to it. But how durable is it? Some people have started rumors or have complained about the Browning soft touch finish coming off. Now, I haven't had that experience, although if you're using DEET, some nasty insecticides, you certainly can compromise the soft touch finish. This finish, I really don't know. It's more rubbery. It's not sticky at all. I'll just call it grippy. It's not a scientific term, but I don't generally do destructive testing, and I'm not the type of guy to grab a gun and throw it in the lake or drag it over some gravel just to see what scratches and what doesn't. So somebody else will have to do that. But I'll check with Fabarm and see if they have any durability testing on it, but it certainly isn't something that's going to easily scratch or mar, I can tell you that already. But compared to other camo finishes, just generally water transfer printing, as long as you have a good quality of clear coat over the top, it's extremely durable as is. As far as abrasion, that's a different story. I mean, it's more of a corrosion resistance, weatherproofing, but dragging it over gravel, throwing your gun down on rocks, backing over your car with the SUV, not a good deal. So you can see there isn't much recoil, and these are fast 1 1/8 loads. So a very, very comfortable gun to shoot. So it's a fun gun to shoot. The recoil's soft, certainly softer than a similarly weighted inertia gun. It's easy to load. As you can see, the shells glide right in, so I don't have any shells that are fighting me at all. And gun fit is everything, so it's up to you on that. There's been a lot of interest in hunting guns in the United States from Fabarm, and this is the result. They've listened to their customers, and it's a good entry. I don't know if there'll be different camo styles in the future, different configurations. I presume that there will be. But if you've not shot a long rib before, I think you'll like it. Of course, if you've got an XLR5 Velocity long rib, it's going to feel like shooting the same gun. Like all Fabarms, there's a tri-bore barrel, and you've got the normal array of shims. For those that like to play with shims, this fits me just fine right out of the box. And that's all she wrote. Just a brief introduction, but a good solid effort by Fabarm. Make sure it fits you, but other than that, you'll like it. I'm shooting here with just the normal flush X's 5/10 chokes. It also comes with a total of 4 chokes. This 5/10, a 7/10, a little tighter pattern diameter, and then 2 9/10 chokes. One is flush, the other one is extended. The difference between patterning, of course, that depends on the individual shell and the range. So I don't know that there is a great difference between their extended waterfowl choke that is camo on the outside to match the gun or not. But I'll do some patterning as soon as I get the chance, and we'll have some things to compare. So that's it. Good gun.